Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft, the Burning Crusade Classic and our Rogue playthrough. You will notice first thing that I am in fact in a group. I am trying to put together a run to do RFK. Similar to how I did with Black Fathom Deeps, I kind of wanted to show you guys the process that I go through and just kind of keep you keyed in on that side of things, because I know a lot of people, when they're thinking about playing the game, they kind of wonder to themselves, well, what is the grouping like these days? And so it's probably a good learning experience, and it kind of helps me too to actually decide to put the groups together, whereas normally I might not do that. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind these sorts of videos where we start questing, but I'm also putting a group together for some future content. Right now we have a healer, and we have a priest DPS, and we have ourselves, so we're just looking for a tank and one DPS. Did that even go in? Yes, it did. I'm trying to find the secret way down into the Charred Vale today because we're going to head over there and take on some quests. And I think this is it. Pretty sure. I can tank or DPS. You are definitely not going to tank, but I will take you as a DPS. So there's that. Let's go ahead and invite. And now we're just looking for a tank. I am aware that the shaman have some talents in their enhancement tree that could probably make them into an okay tank. But we're not going to try that here today. Maybe I should do the one more. Looking for one more tank. There we go. I guess I could also check the queue. Oh, well, it would help if I was actually in the queue with us. I was in the queue solo, but when you form a group, it removes you and you gotta go back in and put yourself in. I wish it would leave you in even once you grouped up. Need tank. And yeah, as you can see, no tanks are queued up at the moment. We'll keep spamming from time to time. I don't want to really like overwork looking for group chat. And apparently we have someone at the stone. I should probably make a macro that I could edit based on what I'm looking for and what dungeon I'm looking for. And that might be better than like flat out typing it out every single time I want to hit it. I'm not really good with macros. I've never really used them or built them on my own or anything like that. You'll also notice I do have a damage meter down here. I got recount installed for that, so that when we do dungeons, we can kind of take a glimpse at how we're performing compared to other players. I've said this before, but I don't want it to be a tool where we're judging other people or trying to convince people to play a different way, but I just want to see my own performance and see how we're stacking up. We need a lot of different harpies here, but not every type of harpy. And we also need to be finding soil to plant our Gaia seeds in. So let's get going on this, and I could probably find some time while in combat to spam the channel. But not while things are running away. That's probably not a good time to spam the channel. And these things are definitely gonna be running away, it seems. Well, we could do a crippling poison on our offhand weapon for now. Let's let it go. We'll let it finish. We're gonna have to do some evasion here. Gonna have to use our potion. And hey, at least we survived all that. Let's make 2 of these. Let's make that 3. Yeah, I think while we're fighting stuff that runs away, I'm gonna keep crippling poison up on our offhand weapon. What else do we need? Just a tank. Of course. Alright, let's see here. We don't really need storm witches at all. We do need rogue feathers. I'm kind of tempted. I've tanked twice. I have sick gear. Fair. But I want to get everyone else's, like, buy-in on it first. Let's see how the group feels. That's right, democracy. And silence. What do we take the silence to mean? They're either kind of shocked at the very, like, concept of it, or they couldn't be bothered to care. They probably just wish that somebody else would make a decision so they don't have to, like, use their brain. I know a lot of people just get on here to play and have fun and not make these difficult choices that affect other people. Since we're putting the group together, I do feel like maybe we should try to be smart. This guy probably can tank really well, though. I'll do whatever, no worries, yeah. He's probably actually capable of doing it. I know they also get a taunt. So, all you need to tank is a shield, a taunt. You really want some, like, decent mitigation. I think he'd be wearing leather gear. That's really the only part that worries me. But I'm kind of interested to see it done. Like, part of me wants to go for it. Part of me says, oh no, don't do that to this group. Well, I guess we also need fire elementals. Oops. I'm a great multitasker, I swear. I mean, the thing is, when you really think about it, we have a pretty versatile group. We have a priest DPS that could off-heal. We have a druid healer that could off-tank. We have a pretty versatile group. Whoa, 8 agility, 3 spirit. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and grab those, and I think we're going to check them out. Okay, yeah, I like the 8 agility. Let's go with that. Let's go with the 8 agility and a little bit of spirit for that regen. A lot of stuff here that we don't need to mess with that nonetheless is kind of in our way. Maybe we grab a hunter and we try to let this guy tank. If we have a hunter, we have even more backup. We have a pet that could off-tank, so I don't know if we can go wrong with it. Okay. Alright, so he's disappearing for a minute. We'll hold off. I'll keep looking while he's away. We'll make sure he comes back. What's down here? Windcaller we don't need. Slayers we do need. Storm Witches we don't need. Here we go. Here's a Rogue Feather. Need a few more of these. I think I'm going to grab a Hunter and we're going to give this a try. Okay, time to focus up for a minute here. I'm elite, I promise. I love when people give me such bold reassurances of both their skill and their prowess. Yeah, I'd really like to have a hunter. I hope this guy responds. That's what I aim at. That's the trick, isn't it? As long as everyone else is doing their job perfectly, then you'll be able to tank just fine. We'll see if that ends up actually being the case. We'll see. What happens next may shock you. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it works. It's a low-level dungeon, so probably be okay. Sometimes I feel like we can evade tank stuff pretty well. So when I think about that, then it's probably going to be fine. He can also heal himself if like things get really desperate. And that will also generate threats, so it's kind of like a win-win. You heal yourself and generate threat. That's pretty elite. He's got a point. We just need, you know, someone else to actually... Yeah, he jumped out. Alright, let's just look for one more DPS. Preferably not a rogue. Just try to find a ranged DPS. What am I looking for? Well, I'm really looking for places to plant these seeds. That's one of the major things I'm kind of looking for. There's all of these wind callers that we don't need, and storm furies that we don't need. I didn't think it would be this hard to get DPS, but yeah, apparently it kind of is. And we even have one at the stone already. See, this is what I mean. Even when something seems like it's going to be a sure thing, when it comes to putting a group together, you never know. Start losing people here and there, you can't find a DPS, and before you know it, you don't have a group going anywhere. I really don't want to double rogue it. I feel like everybody being in melee would probably be bad. Hey, then again, maybe it would be fine. Maybe we'd split aggro enough that things would work out okay. I just really want to do the run, but I know that if I have to roll off against another rogue... Oh, here we go. This is going to be great. Yeah, here we go. We got the DPS warrior. We're going to win. Once he realizes that the shaman is tanking, if he realizes the shaman is tanking, he's probably going to lose it. He's probably going to lose it. Hunter better not take my X. Guess what? We don't got a hunter. It's going to be a roll-off. It's going to be a roll-off on a warrior. Oh, God. We're not going to make anybody happy with this run, are we? Oh, we're not going to make anybody happy with this run. This is going to be a fun run, guys, if it happens. Let's check where everyone's at and make sure that we are not the ones that need to be running. We've got him over here at a flight point. Oh, we're being attacked. Like, brutally assaulted here. Okay. I feel like I've made a mistake, but I'm gonna see it to the end. Let's see it to the end. He's not going to be using a shield, I realize. Well, maybe he will. Maybe he'll use a shield to tank. Let's see. Do we have folks in the Barrens? We have one person at the stone. And yeah, we might be the ones having to fly this year. We're going to find out pretty quickly. Because I think besides the guy we just invited to the group, we are the closest. To being able to get down there. I do have the Flight Taurajo flight point, or Camp Taurajo flight point, rather. So I'd like to finish up here, but obviously, you know, we put this group together, so now we need to give that our priority. But I do want to see if maybe Green Kusa being a little bit closer, since he is technically at the flight point, if he jumps on a flight, or if he just kind of hangs out here. Consensus seems to be that he's just going to kind of hang out there for a bit and see what everyone else does. I'm actually fine. We'll see how this shakes out. I want to give this time to kind of shake out. Because we're trying something really iffy. It may not work out. And if we lose somebody, I want to lose somebody now. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna play this. I would rather lose somebody now than get all the way down to the stone, get into the dungeon, and lose somebody then. Give everybody time to think about what we're about to attempt. And see what they want to do. And then we'll head down. But yeah, I don't see any reason to really rush this at this point. Not when we're having such a great time here. I've been here on many characters, and this has been one of the few times I've been here and I haven't felt like everything was crushing me. And that, you know, I wasn't just chain pulling one accidental pull after the next and getting killed. So this has been a pretty good experience for me. I'm having a lot of good experiences on the Rogue that I never would have thought possible before I started playing the class. And yeah, I probably don't talk enough about how much I enjoy it and just how great it's been. Let's do a little evasion here. We've pulled another that we don't need, this Ripper. We don't need her at all. You don't need Corpse Maker, do you? Oh, he needs Corpse Maker, buddy. Is it a two-handed axe? This is what I mean. We have to let this shake out. I'm not gonna get involved in this. I guess I am complicit, I guess. Oh, we have pulled quite a pile of harpies here. Yes, I need it. Okay, let's watch the drama unfold, guys. What is the warrior gonna come back with? He could just drop group. That could be like the best thing for him to do, would be to drop from the group. He's gonna realize that he's joined a real winner of a group and that we may have a shaman tank. So I'm gonna let them sort this out before we yeah, oh, he put himself in flight, so... But if I get something else, it's fine. Okay. So, yeah, like, right. They will both want the item. That's... God, there's only this other rogue. Well, this would be my 9th run trying to get it. Yeah, that doesn't matter, man. Nobody cares about that, honestly. It's always been weird to me when people go for, like, very specific weapons and they run a dungeon. Not at endgame, but just while leveling up. Well, they'll run a leveling dungeon over and over and over again to get a specific weapon. And my thought is, like, if you just keep leveling, you're gonna out-level that eventually. I don't really, like, I've never been the kind of person to want to put that much effort into getting gear. I'll run a dungeon over and over and over again if it's a lot of fun. And if I happen to get a bunch of cool pieces out of the dungeon, that's great. But never once in a leveling dungeon have I targeted a piece of gear and thought, I'm gonna grind that dungeon until I get it. Because that sounds like a horrible way to play the game, firstly. And secondly, if you get the end game, you're gonna have to do enough of that. You're gonna have to do enough of getting your pre-bis and getting your bis. Like, there's gonna be time to, like, target items. But targeting them while leveling is just kind of a little bit of a hindrance. It's nice to get stuff, but at the same time, like, everybody wants loot, man. It's why we play the game in part. We play the game. Sometimes the motivation is sweet loot. Let's see what we got going on here. We do have some movement. Yeah, I think we're waiting. I think we're going to see if Green Kusa wants to stay in the group, knowing that he might get his warrior axe taken by an enhancement shaman. If he's willing to stick it out, then he can give us a summon and get us down there. In the meantime, we have work to do right here, right now. The incendicite from the fire elemental seems to be like 100% drop. But there aren't a ton of fire elementals. At least there aren't up here to the north. Maybe if we head to the south a little bit, that could change. We're going to aggro this wind caller. Yep. Yeah. That's fine. Makes perfect sense. And like, I will go ahead and we will go ahead and just get that taken care of. Yeah, it must be hard targeting stuff at low level like that. There we go. That is how we will deal with that, and then we will go back to the queue. Looking for a tank. There we go. Alright, and that is how it happens. That is how it happens. And see, I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the case. That's why we hung out here and did not jump on that flight point right away. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm good. I think that we have reached the best situation we could have, whereby he does not go on the run, and we don't have to worry about any kind of drama unfolding beyond what we've already had to deal with. It's gonna be fine. I'm the lead. Whoops. Robert, don't try to talk to people. Yeah. We're good. Yeah, I just like, I hesitate to bring somebody who they find one item to be so important that they're not willing to risk losing a roll-off, because that's like, that's what the game is to me. You put a group together, there are going to be people in that group who want similar items, and when an item drops, you roll for it. And I just don't want to be in that situation when the item drops, and somebody might have to be upset or get upset. That's all, I don't know. This might be somebody that I'm not going to be able to appease, but just to explain my rationale to you guys a little bit. Yeah, the reason why I'm not just going to bring him back into the group and press forward is like knowing that he cares that much about that item. I don't want to put anybody in that spot where maybe this guy will be cool with it, maybe the warrior says, yeah, have it, and then maybe the warrior rolls on it anyway. I think he's just better off doing his own thing. That is what I think. And it was already going to be a weird comp, so let's just go back to looking for a tank. Need tank. Okay, we're still good. We're still... well, that's close enough. That's basically how I feel. He figured it out on his own. I really just want people coming along just to have fun in the dungeon and like have a good time. To me, it like shouldn't be about targeting one piece of gear. It should just be the fun of doing the run and just seeing whatever you get. When your priority is gear, like you're gonna set yourself up to have a bad time when for the 10th or 11th or 12th time that one item that you've been waiting for just doesn't drop. Or worse yet, it drops and then somebody else needs it. I mean, maybe that is weird. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to put him in a position where he's gonna be even more upset than he probably already is. Because if someone's already willing to say stuff like that, like, oh, I've been doing this 9 times, I really need to get this item. Like, they're not saying that to be funny. They're saying it because they know if they don't get this item, they're probably going to blow their top. You know, it's going to be the 10th time that they've run it. They're not going to get the item. Yeah. You guys hear me. And, you know, some of you will understand and some of you won't, but... it is what it is, and since I am putting the group together, I guess that's that responsibility is going to have to lay with me, who I want to bring and who I don't. This is where I kind of wait to see if maybe the warrior will step up. I'd much rather have like a warrior tell me they're going to tank, you know, and then maybe you can still have your axe. See, when I do the looking for group thing on video, you guys get to see all the interesting interactions that I get to have with people. Which, for some of you is probably a fun thing. For others, it's probably incredibly painful. And if you fall into the painful camp, I apologize. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just not seeing these, pieces of ground, but then again I have been a little bit distracted. That's true. It's true. Of course. We haven't found any ambushers. We have a 0 out of 7 ambushers and we need 2 slayers. And I'm kind of wondering, like, where haven't we been? Up here? Over here, maybe? Are ambushers over in the northwestern parts? Potentially. Yeah, we really need tanks on this server really bad. Really, really bad. I'm just gonna get to a point where all of my characters are gonna be tanks. We're gonna do a Night Elf Druid run on the Alliance. We're gonna do an Orc Warrior run on the Horde. And we're just gonna have tanks. Which is a shame. I'm having a ton of fun on the Rogue. I'd love to be able to run some dungeons with it. But maybe we'll just be leveling the Rogue up in Quest, and maybe the Rogue just won't get to do as many dungeons. Maybe the scene for dungeons for DPS is better at endgame. But yeah, definitely like doing it while leveling It's a little rough. Alright, we don't need you. Let's keep going this way a little bit. I'm not seeing any ambushers out this way either. Oh, wait, no, that's a wind caller. Wind callers. And more wind callers. Okay, well. We could get this last Gaia seed planted. We might aggro somebody here, though. I would be really surprised if we didn't. 10 out of 10. Alright, let's go check the southwest then. If they're not in the northwest, let's check the southwest and kind of cover all of our bases. How many basilisk have I not skinned? That's a good question. I don't know the answer, but probably some. Storm Witch and another Storm Witch, also not ambushers. We do need 2 Slayers, and there's one right here, so that's good. I see our last Slayer all the way back here. We're gonna have to fight through a couple here. This is not a great spot no matter what. Let's come up here, so if we pull the extra should be the one that we actually need. Oh no, in this case, yeah, that worked out. Let's pop evasion though. Alright, yeah, now we just definitely need ambushers, which it says are all in the northwestern part, but that being said, haven't seen any. We also need a few more fire elementals, haven't seen many of those either. Interesting. Do they share spawns with a different type of harpy? Here we go, ambushers. All the way back there. Jeez, okay, well. Guess let's get in here then, and we'll have to take out a couple wind callers just to get back there to see one. This is not a good spot for us to fight at all, but that's what we're going with. We got this guy now to deal with. That's wonderful, just great. I swear there was an ambusher back here. Oh, she's over there. She's even further away than I thought. Oh, no. Okay, we only aggroed one extra one. I really can't believe that in a group with a druid, a warrior, and a priest, I can't get somebody to tank and somebody else to heal. It's kind of unbelievable to me. I don't know what's wrong with the world. Like, this guy could probably, in his equipment, just like run ahead of the group and just hit some stuff and everything would be perfectly fine. I just don't think that I'm qualified to be the person to explain this to him. And I'm definitely not going to try to do it through text. That's just never going to come off the right way, I don't think. Yeah, we need, like, more ambushers than just the one. That would be ideal. I see one up here. We're having trouble getting up here. I really hope I have a good time on the Night Elf Druid, but the thing I've said before about the Alliance and the Horde leveling, the way that it's substantially different, or one of the ways, is that the Horde side have access to more dungeons early on. They have easier access to those dungeons. Like, we're talking about Ragefire Chasm. No way to do it as Alliance. You could raid the city, you know, and like, or sneak in or something. Like, there's ways, but you're not going to do it. Wailing Caverns, you could do it. It would be a lot of traveling to get to it. Really easy for the Horde to just run it over and over again. Scarlet Monastery, also really, really easily accessible to Horde characters, but really difficult to travel to when you're like a lower level Alliance character doing that dungeon. It's just hard to get to. And there's one more, even like Black Fathom Deeps, I feel like is easily accessed by the Horde unless you're a Night Elf. Then you probably have okay access to Black Fathom Deeps. And then the Alliance gets Gnomergon, is the only like really like Alliance-specific dungeon besides Deadmines. Deadmines is awesome. Gnomergon is my least favorite. It's probably my least favorite leveling dungeon. I don't enjoy it at all. I'm never excited to be on the Alliance side because I get to do Gnomergon, you know? It's not great. Not my favorite dungeon. So yeah, I feel like the Horde has better access to leveling dungeons than the Alliance does. So while I'll probably enjoy being on a Night Elf Druid, will I be able to do as many dungeons on it? Maybe not. Yeah, these ambushers, man, I'll tell you, they are rare. They don't want to spawn many at all. I'm kind of tempted just to fight the stuff in the area. And that way, maybe when it respawns, it'll respawn as an ambusher, but as of right now, it's not. I'm not seeing any up here either. I kind of thought they were going to try to put them up in the mountains, but I don't see any. Haven't seen any down here away from the mountains at all. And they're like Questy's not marking really anywhere else where we could find them, so that's a little bit strange. We only have 3 of them so far. And it seems like maybe they ought to spawn more. Oh, I wasn't paying attention for 1 minute, and look what happened. I pulled 3 enemies. It's brilliant. Maybe we should pull them back here so we don't do that again. We need fire elementals. Let's go tag this fire elemental and then that fire elemental, and we'll grab this ambusher. And maybe by then the ambushers over on the other side will be back up. Alright, not ideal. I do want that ambusher, but I don't want them to run at us right this minute. I'd like to be able to eat really quick before we take her on. And I know what you guys are saying, at least some of you guys. You're probably saying, Robert, you should have just taken that shaman. And he could have tanked, and you would have at least gotten to do the dungeon, Robert. Yeah, but, you know, just doing the dungeon, that's not everything. It's how we get through the dungeon. It's what happens when we're in the dungeon. That's the everything part. And I don't think that was going to lead anywhere particularly great. Okay, we've got the fire elementals dead. We don't see any more ambushers right in this little area. I do see a chest. Do I want to go for the chest? I might as well. Not exactly accomplishing a whole lot else. Here we go. It's nice to be able to take on two of them at the same time, because this area is so hard to navigate through when you can't fight two of them at once, when like your class can't handle it, or your level can't handle it. It gets really hard to be here. So I'm really happy that we're on a higher level rogue and that we can hack it here. So we'll just clear out the entire area like so. Oh, we are full on everything. Wonderful! Well, we're not looting that chest. Is there anything we could drop that we just absolutely don't need? Not really. We could do that. We can eat this cheese. Can drop that feather. Okay, and maybe now we can loot? Let's see if we can actually fit all this stuff into our bags. Yeah, we did. I don't think we really needed any of it. We got a couple of lower level potions out of it. And that is about it. I'm not doing it. We had a talk. We had a chat. I don't know. This is what happens when I have to try to put together groups. But yeah, not for a shaman tank, guys. I'm not gonna I'm not doing it for a shaman tank. Can't. I won't. It's already done. It was done so long ago. And that tells me that, like, he must be messaging this guy still, I'm assuming, like, having a little side conversation. It's all good. We're going to give this exactly 20 more minutes, and then we're going to be done. That is our attempt for the night. Maybe after we leave, they'll want to invite him back. And if they're able to do that and that works out for them, then I wish them all the best. That'd be awesome. I'm just not going to group with him. Like, I definitely don't want to have to invite you back to a group. You were already in the group. You really wanted an item. You wanted to make sure that you were going to be the one that got the item, and I don't really care to play with people who think that that is the most important thing. To a point where you have to have little pre-chats with other classes in the group that can roll on stuff. I don't think that has a place for just leveling dungeon content. If you were going into like a raid or something at endgame and you like had your eye on your pre-raid bis or your best in slot items, then I can see, yeah, you'd want to have a little convo with people in your group to think, hey, what's the likelihood that I get this item? But then that conversation should never sound like, I hope no one else in this group needs the item, and by no one I mean the warrior. Even when you go to have that conversation about really important pieces of gear, that's not how you have it. I feel like you express your interest in the item, like, hey, I was really looking to get this item. The other guy then says, yeah, me too. And then you decide, am I going to roll against this guy for it, and that's fine? Or do I need to find a different group or something else to do? Because if you both express that you want an item, one person should not have to give it up just to keep you in the group. You should both be able just to roll on it. Let's get there. First, let's get there. Second, let's see if the item drops. Thirdly, everyone who needs presses need, and we let chance do its thing. It's just a leveling dungeon. That's all. Just a bit of fun. No stakes. Alright, well, the good news is we managed to get all of our ambushers. They were much more plentiful when we came back up here. The bad news is we still need some fire elementals. Whoops. Let's get a little sprint going. There seem to be more of them down to the south and towards the middle. I'll go. There we go. The question is, do we still have people ready to summon? The answer is yes, we do. Look at that. It worked out. And so far, no one else has said anything about needing one item, so maybe we're going to be good. Maybe we're going to be good. What would be really cool is if we can get our last two... Well, we need 3. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get 3 before we get a summon, but we'll see. We can get at least 2, maybe. See this guy and then the guy beyond us here. Probably take him a minute to get to the stone, it looked like, and then it'll be another minute or so before we really have to accept it. Yeah, maybe we can get this done. Yeah, we can do this. We have it. It's in the bag. It's in hand. And I ignorantly stuck to my guns and we got a real tank. So, I mean, it all worked out. Well, it'll all work out if we don't get killed here by this wyvern. And by wyvern, I mean chimera. Obviously, it's a chimera. Tunic of agility, 9 agility. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but oh, it looks cool too. I don't think I can give up the 6 stamina for less armor and 2 more agility. But yeah, other than that. Oh, am I full? I am full. Let's drop the steel bloom. Yeah, we need to go back to Sunrock really quick because I can't go into a dungeon with my inventory like this. And I can't exist with my inventory like this, so we have probably a minute or so to straighten some of this out. I'm assuming some summons have went out. We haven't gotten one. I know, I'm taking note of that. Briarthorn we can sell. That's not a ton of room. Okay, that's not a ton of room, but yeah, just got it. Yep. I am gonna try to repair. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna do this dungeon. It's gonna be a separate video. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I really do appreciate you spending your time with me in Azeroth. Sorry if these videos where I'm looking for a group are not your thing. I know they are a little different than my typical content. They probably come off a little bit different as well. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth sometime soon. Bye now.